Brothers, sisters, what's going on? Mike the Fit Prince here with another video. And today, I want to just get on here quickly to just kind of tell y'all what's been on my mind as I'm coming down from work and everything like that. You see, what we got to understand is there's always a time for growth. There's always a time to just settle down, isolate, and have a sense of tunnel vision, right? There's always a time where we might be a bit focused on a particular task, or on this particular path, on a particular project, on a particular thing, whether it be, it doesn't even have to be physical or manual. It can, sometimes you take time to yourself to just reevaluate life, and really dive into the mental aspects of, I guess, where your life wants, where you want your life to be, how you want to set your life up, right? You really want to dive into the mind. And, yes, the mind can be a dangerous place. But when it comes to isolation, when it comes to just being on the path and having tunnel vision, a lot of times just grinding it out, putting your head down and just going, sometimes that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, because that's where you get a sense of, what can we say? That's where you develop yourself. That's where you develop your peace of mind. That's where a lot of growth happens. That's where you can sit down and really just evaluate life, really evaluate the world around you. That's where you can really sit down and just take it all in, and you can question, you can pretty much meditate to yourself and just reflect, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of times people will try to make it seem as if you're out of balance. And that's true. You don't want to be out of balance. You always want to be in a place where you have time for some fun. You have time for the things you want to do. You have time to fulfill some pleasures and things like that. You have time to do X, Y, and Z. But a lot of times for some of you guys, you may be in a time right now where you're just not in a situation where you can just go out, and have you a drink or two. You can't just go out to the park, or go out here, go out there with your friends, and hang out and things of that nature. Sometimes you just got to be in sometimes you're just in a place where you have to reevaluate. You're just in a place where you have to get your mind right. You're in a place where you want to see where you want to take your life. And that's very important too, because what I was thinking about was, like, we got to start to live our lives, especially as young folks. This is more directly to the younger guys, and I hope they listen, I hope they hear, because a lot of, not many younger folks are really listening to me too much. It's more so like people my age, but a little bit older, around the 30 range and the 40 to the 40 range. You know what I mean? When I look at the analytics, but that's okay. You know what I mean? I think a lot of you guys learn a lot from what I have to say. I haven't received much negativity as of yet, but it is what it is. I can expect it maybe in the future, but at the same time, what I was thinking about was that you want to live your life at this point in time the way you want it to, the way you see your life in the future. Live your life the way that you want it. I say live the life the way you want it. I'm speaking in a sense of how you want your life to look. The way you're living your life has to reflect that. You see what I'm saying? I'm thinking about, family, children, having a wife one day and things like that. If these are things that you desire, if these are things that you want to obtain, well, what are the things that you're doing now to help you set up for that? What are the things you're doing right now to where you're thinking, well, if I'm in this situation, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm making this move, I'm making that move, so I can provide for my children, so I can take care of my wife, so I can, be the proper head and leader of my household, as a man, right? And even women too. What are you doing right now? What is your life looking like right now, so that if you desire family, if you desire children, if you desire a husband, what is it that you're doing right now to make you say, all right, well, these are the type of things that I'm doing now, and then I know when I get into that situation, I'll be ready. I'll know what to do. I'm not gonna be oblivious. I'm not gonna be ignorant. You know what I mean? So we have to start living our lives in accordance to how we want it to look, right? So it just goes in line with what I've been saying throughout my YouTube journey, is just take your life serious. Take your life serious, especially as young men, especially as young women. We have to take our life serious because life is serious. Life is very, it can get hard, it can get easy, it can get peaceful, it can get chaotic, but this is just what life is all about. You can expect all these things. You can expect life to give you a little roller coaster, right? And that's just what it is, you know, since I don't think God intended this for it to happen, but God knew this was in his plan, though. You know what I mean? And this is kind of where people just like, oh, well, how could he intend one thing, but then, you know, but he knew this was going to happen. I mean, this is where people kind of get off. You can't explain God, okay? And I'm not going to try to explain him. I'm just going to pretty much give the wisdom that I have and I got from him, you know. But at the end of the day, though, that's not what this is about. This is just about, there's going to be times in your life where you're going to have to take a step back, maybe go a different direction, maybe go into this path and be going to that path, you know, to figure out what it is that, what your purpose is, maybe how you want to start this business, how you want to start your family. Like if you're thinking about family, what are the things that you need to do to prepare for that? If you want children, what are the things you need to do to prepare for that? Just all these different things, all these different important aspects of life, whatever you can think of, whatever I may have left out. Think about that and live your life accordingly and set things up now. There's nothing wrong with that. And if it's like you have to take out a lot of the pleasures for a season, then that just might be the season that you in. You might just be in that season where you can't do all those things. And that's okay. And we can't let people try to say, well, you're out of balance. Well, the thing is, yes, there's a time for everything under the sun. I may be mourning the loss of somebody. I may be mourning because of X, Y, and Z for a little while. You know what I mean? But you're not going to come to me and say, well, you should be happy. You should be this. You should be that. You don't understand where I'm at in my journey. You don't understand where a person is at in their mind. It's not that easy. I can't just go back out there and, you know, go to the bar, what have you, and drink if I gotta really focus on my business. I gotta really take care of my children. I gotta really take care of X, Y, and Z. You know, some of those things get cut off. And yes, that might be out of balance. It may seem that way, at least. So just thinking about that, guys. Maybe you're in that season. You know, maybe you're there. And I want to encourage you, if you are there, to stay in it. And when it's time to go and enjoy your life, enjoy yourself, have a time to do X, Y, and Z, then it's time to do that. You know what I mean? But don't let other people determine that. Let you determine that. So like this video if you like it. Share this video, subscribe, click the notification bell, and hey, you know, let's get Kingdom Fit together, mentally, physically, spiritually, the whole 9 yards, all 3 levels. I'm gonna holler at you guys later. Peace out.